Miscarriage of justice. Ref was on tape. There's nothing worse than a ref on the tape. Nothing. There's nothing worse than losing, than not being invited to be a guest on the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to the 300th episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. Joining me is my beautiful wife, Tina.
Hola, I know I haven't been on in a while, so I hope I know how to do this.
We got that guy, Tommy.
Hello.
And, of course, we got Big Mike.
What's up, guys? And we still haven't had any of those Texas treats back on the Countdown City WrestleCast.
Because they're the worst.
Well,
Oh,
it is funny you mentioned that, guys. I might have a little update regarding that.
I hate Don Juan. Oh,
hey.
that had nothing to do with. I don't care. I still said what I said.
First of
You know
all,
why, too.
thank you everyone for joining us for the 300th episode / 6-year anniversary show of the Countdown City WrestleCast. Officially, it was 6
Oh my
years. The
gosh.
very first episode published this past Saturday, 6 years ago.
Should we make the show look more like it did 6 years ago?
No.
Oh, where'd Mike go? Oh.
I get what you did there. Yes.
I get it too. I thought he had a camera issue.
I thought. Wait a minute. I thought y'all were coming over to our house.
Oh, God.
No.
No.
Do not make me edit it.
I
I'm
thought
not
this
doing
was-
old school.
I thought this was
Well-
the pre-meeting. I didn't think. Thought you
Okay,
were gonna show
well,
up
hold
at
on.
my
Let me hop on my phone, and then I'll just get my car and head over. JC, unlock the
All
door.
right, cool.
Shoot.
You remember that, JC?
Yeah, I remember that. Tommy, you have to check 4 or 5 times to make sure we're recording too.
Dude,
Um,
that's okay. I'm more the positive. That's why I have more anxiety issues now because
Yeah,
that
probably
just
right, guys.
triggered it to a ridiculous degree. Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, our cat messed that up for.
I had
No.
I had a PTSD.
Well,
about
that
one.
happened, but
It wasn't
literally
just
we
that.
recorded a whole episode, or we didn't record an
Yeah.
entire
We didn't.
episode that we did.
So for those that are fairly new with us, we used to do this show, and if you go back onto the YouTube channel, Countdown
Oh
City
my
Geeks,
God, it's
look
still
up the
on there?
WrestleCast playlist,
Yeah.
look for the original episodes. Literally, the first episode was, and thank you, Steady, for this. He helped us out for the first couple.
Yeah.
He came, recorded us. We didn't have microphones. We didn't have anything. It was myself, Tina, and Tommy just talking about SummerSlam and
Yeah,
whatever
Mike.
NXT
Was it Mike
Takeover.
there too? Oh,
Mike
no,
wasn't
no,
there
no,
until
no,
Survivor
yeah,
Series
yeah,
of
That's
that year.
right.
Yeah.
It wasn't Mike.
Yeah.
It was
Mike
the three of
didn't.
us.
Mike was still like pretty busy with school. He wasn't able to get time until Survivor Series of that year. We finally got him on and then off and running. But we would
And he didn't
record
stop
it.
after that.
Yeah, we recorded it in person. Recorded it in person. Had to do the editing through my computer. As the main reason why I had to upgrade my computer because my old one took so long to put it all together.
It crashed your other one, I believe.
Yeah, pretty much. It was running on its last legs. So taught myself how to get the green screen working with Movie Studio
With
Pro
an actual
Platinum.
green sheet.
With the green
Yeah.
sheet, we did all that. And then COVID hit and we were doing this remotely and then Restream came available and we, you know what? It's so much easier. I don't have to edit. The only downside is I can't put together blooper reels anymore, guys. But I don't have all those
Sad
clips.
day.
But those are so
Yeah,
much
that was a little
fun.
bit. You should
And
go,
don't
guys.
y'all-
Y'all should go back and find those. Those were.
Don't y'all
Yes.
miss when I used to just sing randomly before we recorded? Or
Yeah,
Actually,
because
I do miss it.
we,
Or
we,
after.
we would be putting on, man. It was the Capital City WrestleCast concerts, man. Y'all
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
the choir.
Now the best they get is us doing the outro music, and that just,
and that's terrible. But
Yeah, and I'm trying to fix that. But anyway,
I did sing before we got on here. Though.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
oh, cool.
change.
now, I mentioned pre-COVID. Well, pre-COVID, I had interviewed Chris Marvel. Chris Marvel was actually the first interview we had on this show. And then got to interview later on Don Juan. He was slowly returning back to the wrestling world. And we set up, hey, we got to get the two of y'all on together, the original Texas Treats. And then COVID hit. It's been a back and forth thing. I'm working right now with Marvel and Don Want to try and get the two of them on together to do an OG Texas Treats interview.
Oh my god.
AKA one of the worst days of my life.
No, it will not be. It won't.
And they said if y'all paid enough money, they'll do road stories, but that's fine.
That might be an uncensored
Jesus.
version. Yeah, I don't know if we can.
I'm not gonna be on.
I love how that's
Do
terrified
that
everybody
live.
at the same time.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Yeah.
thank you everybody for all the love for 300 for the anniversary.
Chat's full up.
Calientita, no, despite your comment, we are not going to be firing Tommy to celebrate our 300th.
Wait!
Hold on.
Yeah, she
Wait,
commented
where
that
was
on
that?
the. She put that on the WrestleCast link. Yeah, so she
Thank-
did.
Where? Where'd you put that?
Look, Countdown City WrestleCast.
Thanks to Kate F.
Yeah, Mike's putting all those up here. Yeah, so
Let's do them real quick.
Oh,
Thanks, Angel.
Okay, I'm gonna remember that,
you.
Kelly. Remember that, Kelly.
thank you everyone.
Callie,
today-
we talked about this. Come on.
All right, Kelly.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, we're going to spend some time talking about
you, homegirl.
this past
I got
weekend's MPW event. Mike and Tommy will talk a little bit about United 210 because they were there for that.
Yes,
And
we
then we're going to be previewing AEW All In or All In London, however you want to look at it. So,
Not you,
plenty to
Kate.
discuss. No.
Sorry, that's my boss, actually.
Okay.
Oh, I was like, Kate
Anyway.
better not be Callie Heidi. Okay.
No, that's
No.
literally my boss. Like.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start with a bit of wrestling news. Speaking of All In, they did announce that next year's All In is going to be coming not in London, but is going to be in Arlington.
Oh,
And
gosh.
no, not at AT&T Stadium. It's going to be at Globe Life Field, home
London
of the
the
Texas
West.
Rangers.
No
Yes,
one's
the
done
what? It'll be an outdoor event. Although I think Globe Life has a retractable roof because they had to copy the Houston Astros somehow.
I'm
Because
sure
and
home
so-
is okay.
No, it's because it's Texas and it's hot. It's
Yeah,
hot.
no
What?
kidding. I was like
That's
Tony
it.
Khan.
You cannot tell me that park has so much looking like Minute Maid Park. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Oh,
Anyway.
Oh God, that caught me
Okay,
off
maybe
guard.
you're not wrong.
Oh God.
I mean, if you're gonna copy something, copy something good.
Yeah. But anyway, how excited are you guys to be going to All In? This is arguably the WrestleMania of AEW when you think about it, because All In was really, had it not been for All In, the original All In, we would not have AEW
Yeah.
today. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I'm
But
excited.
again,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I know we're gonna plan that and see what we can do, but also retract or make sure that roof is closed, whatever the right way to
please,
do it.
dear God, yes. Come on,
Because
dude. Jesus.
Texas in the summer in an outside stadium, I mean, the yard is survivable as it gets to the evening,
Yeah.
but a big stadium.
Survivable is a good word.
Yeah.
survivable.
There is a reason why the Rangers moved into a stadium with a roof. Okay?
Because they
sorry.
recently won a World Series.
No. Because nobody's going to the games in that heat. And there was no wind in ballpark in Arlington because it was like a freaking box. And it
Yeah.
was so high. There was just no breeze.
No air circulated in
Yes, it was horrible. Anyway, but yes, Texas getting a pay-per-view. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Athena will still be Ring of Honor World Women's Champion by the time it comes around.
I gotta say thumbs up.
there. I hope so.
I'm going to say it this way. A year from now, Athena will be Ring of Honor World Women's Champion, and she'll be challenging whoever the AEW Women's Champion title for title in Arlington.
I can
I'm
see
calling
that.
it right now.
Hey.
So,
Angel, I've seen you hosting shows with Mindwonder. Make sure he pays you. I see you out there helping him out.
there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
see?
Girl, I'm broke too.
It's called GoFundMe. No,
And
don't
also,
do that.
thank
I'm
God,
kidding,
and,
I'm
now,
kidding.
and now you have a year. You know, so
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
Yes.
we're all gonna be hustling.
Everyone
It's-
check
Yeah.
your couch
I-
cushions.
Basically, I think most Texas fans were just gonna have to hold up signs on the side on the highway, just saying, "Try to get money for All In." Let's just be
Slap-
honest. I don't
Slap
really
a
like-
Tommy fundraiser. You know how many wrestlers will pay to do that?
How many of us are going to make Sarah McLaughlin videos like in the yard for only 5 cents a day?
I'm
You
not
too
trying
can
to
send this
save,
week-
like,
Oh my
To
Pets that
All
are
In.
about to get euthanized. Or
Yeah.
something.
You too can send a WrestleCaster to All In. Yes. All right.
We're gonna be selling waters at the corner.
Yeah.
Is this for your kids'
Please-
softball team? No,
please.
we're trying to get tickets for All In.
Please send
Yeah.
us to All In.
We're gonna be doing squares for some game down the line. So.
Don't tempt me. There's a lot of football games for that one.
Squares, yeah.
Speaking of which, my daughter's team
JC
is doing
White.
squares for A&M in Texas, but that's another. Yeah. So
I feel like a lot of the residency they did in Arlington this past summer was test running to see if we would get All In really. And
Yeah.
I felt like this was all consistent.
Yeah, they claimed Ingram. So.
I'll take Ingram.
We gotta call our spots.
I mean, there's a lot of traffic there. There is. There's a lot of traffic.
I'll take Ingram.
I'm going to take the side of 90 during rush hour because that's usually pretty slow and stop. So
I'll take Alamo Ranch. You can charge double because those people are rich.
they never move. Also,
yeah. No, wait, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of La Cantera.
I was gonna say La Cantera.
That's what I meant.
Oh yeah, La Cantera's rich.
Get those Girl Scout cookie cheeses.
Alamo Ranch, you just have-
If I could eat those, yeah. So
I would say I'll take Martin Luther King, but I'm more likely to get robbed than actually get any money. So
Wow.
I can say that. I don't care.
well, that took a turn. Anyway, yeah.
Oh yeah, 'cause that's the craziest that's ever happened on this show.
That's true. Anything other wrestling news out there right now?
Going to happen today.
Yo,
Oh, I got some
there's
messages
stuff
for
while I
y'all.
wasn't here, though.
Oh,
Guys, a TNA superstar is going to challenge for the NXT Championship at No Mercy next weekend.
Okay. Does anyone else find this booking weird? Is it just me?
No.
If it was under Vince
winning the
McMahon-
title immediately was weird.
Yeah,
I'm
but that's
fine
what I'm
with it.
saying. And the storyline progression of it is still weird. Him winning it, and now of all people challenging him for it, a dude who technically doesn't even work there.
Okay. I know this is the anniversary close to of the higher power reveal. What if the NXT, the person booking it all along is like Scott D'Amore? It was me, Triple H, it was me all along.
I would give all of this a pass. I will let all of this go if that happens. I
Oh
will
my
be
God.
okay with all of this.
I mean,
But if you don't like the booking now, just because he shows up, why would that make you then like the booking?
because Scott D'Amore
That's-
deserves the world
That's
because
just
he
you
got
being
screwed over.
biased toward him.
Yeah, it is. I am. I'm 100% that because he got screwed over
Like
by
we've never been
freaking
biased
Anthem.
about something. Come
Yeah.
on.
never.
Not in
Pretty
the
impartial.
Last 5 minutes, I have.
No, it's not.
I was
But
gonna say,
no,
Mike.
Mike, don't worry. I'll completely admit to my bias here. If Scott D'Amore is somehow like a higher power figure in working with all this, yeah, I 100% support that, and I will let all this go. Is that bias? 1,000%. Does that make me a hypocrite in some way, shape, or form? Okay.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
here's Jason supporting
Maybe.
you in the
Thank
chat.
you, because it'd be all Scott D'Amore got screwed over by freaking Anthem. So
Just the way y'all supported each other when y'all zipped around the ring. The fastest I ever saw y'all move at United at the intermission, so y'all could go be first in line for
to meet how to go.
Stardom Super.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So again, Mike, if you're trying to call me out on my bias,
I know. I'm not doing it.
Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and relax you. Yes, I'm biased. Sorry, I didn't know I wasn't making that clear.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing a bad job of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad.
So it's funny because next week and next week we'll talk about it. Next week, Labor Day weekend, you have TNA Emergence on Friday. You have Bash in Berlin Saturday and NXT No Mercy Sunday. We've only got 4 matches on the card for Emergence. There might be a shot that Joe Hendry works somewhat double duty, makes an appearance at Emergence, maybe as a pep rally before the NXT. That would be hilarious. But
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So
that
much to
so
talk
long.
about there. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, Jason. I realize that.
Yeah.
Upcoming events. Hybrid Experience has a show this weekend, highlighted by the wrestler formerly known as Sin Cara.
Yeah.
Yes.
1 or 2?
I don't know.
It's
Two?
Sin Cara-
It's the
it's Sin
second
Cara
one?
two.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I forgot who asked me that over the weekend, or was asking me that, and I was like, yeah, I don't know exactly which one. I think the first one was Mystical, right?
The first one was Mystical.
Yeah.
This one is I don't want to say his name wrong and get in trouble.
So, Sin Cara Dos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sin Cara Dos.
Sure.
But
hey, look,
yeah,
I ain't trying to
so
get
this-
canceled right now.
Not
Talk
this
to-
weekend coming up, but
No.
the following weekend is Labor Day. Yeah.
talk to
Yeah,
Marvel about it because it is the 5-year anniversary of the Hybrid Experience. Marvel's pretty excited because he was just telling me a lot at Mission Pro how excited he is to wrestle Sin Cara, and he's
Whoa.
very excited.
Marvel was showing emotion at a wrestling show.
Can you believe
It's
it?
as close as Marvel can get.
Yes. Yeah.
Also, I meant to tell you this earlier, JC, and I kept forgetting. Also, this weekend, this Sunday, is Dog Pound Championship Wrestling.
The same day as All In. Jesus.
Yeah, Natalia Markova will be there, and so will Homicide.
Is
Man.
she wrestling Misty Marks?
I'm more than positive because literally she wrestles.
What time is that show?
That show starts at 5, I think, because it'll end
Okay.
around because they usually end around 8.
Okay.
And I
need
know
to-
and I know that because
JC's gonna want to go now because he wants to see Homicide.
I haven't seen him in so long, and I
I
want to
know.
wear full-on Astros gear so him and I can just talk crap to each other because he's such a Yankees fan. So
Oh my
You know.
God.
Oh no, okay.
Liam and I always talk baseball. It's great. So yeah.
VIP's 4:30. Doors open at 5. Bell time is at 6. But they're usually done around 8 or so.
Okay, so it's after All In. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's CJ or CIGA. But we normally usually go to hybrid. I assume Tommy's going to be there. I'm going to be there probably pretty late if I do get to go. 'Cause
Same
this
as
weekend,
us.
this weekend is my dad's 70th birthday.
Wow.
Ooh,
So
yeah,
we're celebrating on
that's a good one.
Saturday, but we're kind of getting together like early in the afternoon. So it just depends on how long it goes. But
And
obviously that's more
The
important.
time we get there
happy
depends on how
birthday
our
to your
daughter's
dad.
tournament. And happy birthday, Mr. Rodriguez. Yeah. So.
And also, it's funny you say that because also yesterday was my dad's birthday, so we're probably gonna say he turned 79 because that man is old.
It's okay, Tommy. My dad's 80, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still feel my dad is older because he was kind of around when Louisiana Purchase was happening. So anyway,
I mean, my dad was. Well, never mind.
I may put my dad's age to his face. I don't care. But also,
Pancho Villa, can we say that?
Hey.
Wow. So he voted
He
for
said the
Jefferson. Got it.
Louisiana Purchase. I just
I know.
trying to make something
also,
comparable.
See, this is what.
Skipping over the dark history of this country. Yeah, for sure.
Do you
Well,
want me to
that's
make fun of
it.
you, Mike? Because I could be here all week.
it's also my mom's side's family reunion, so I'll be pulling double duty going back and forth between places all weekend.
Yeah, our daughter has a
Jeez.
tournament Saturday, so we'll probably try and head out there
And
afterwards.
so
but,
hybrid, don't wait too long to start the show. Don't wait for Tommy like y'all usually do.
Y'all,
But-
don't wait for me to start the show.
But please
don't
have
let-
those
Don't let
aces.
him in free either, because he said he would.
Okay. The
And Mark-
second place I could never get in for free in this entire wrestling community is freaking hybrid. Because Brandon Oliver would punch me, Marvel would just hit whatever freaking wrestling move he invented and every one of his
Yeah.
students uses.
Okay, so you sound like you were attacked a little bit by that meme that Brandon Oliver put, by the way.
No, I wasn't attacked. I was tagged by this son of a bitch right here.
Yeah,
Right here.
I specifically commented. I didn't know that Tommy was a third cousin removed of a wrestler on the roster.
He's on
And
every
I
wrestler.
said in return, do you think
Are you
Brandon
really?
Oliver?
Yeah.
And Brandon Oliver agreed that he
Oh,
would
he
never
did,
let
yeah.
you in for free.
Oh no, yeah, he said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He
wish
said
I
he
was
would-
related to. I wish I was related to someone,
Right?
Yeah.
and I got it free.
Right?
Anyway, hybrid experience this weekend. Other upcoming stuff, we got TNA Victory Road will be in town September
You know,
13th. Impact tapings. Impact tapings on September 14th. River City Wrestling will be on September 15th. United 210's next show is September 20th. And then BOW having a show November 9th. Their last show for the foreseeable future. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right. Let's quickly talk about United 210. Mike, Tommy, you guys were there. What can you tell us about? Let's get a little quick recap of what went down at the yard.
Their sound system needs fixing. Oh, sorry.
Okay. I mean, to be honest.
Not as much as
Dang.
the other one we talked about. But,
Yeah.
no, it was a pretty fun show. So we talked about this earlier 'cause when Callie was not saying nice things about Tommy apparently in some chat or something.
on a day, it's a day that ends in Y. Of course, she's not saying anything.
Good point. She has unfortunately been negatively influenced, I feel, by the Texas treats, and she may now be an unofficial or official treat. I don't know. We do have to clarify where in the wrestling multiverse we're at with this. But she did team with the treats against Texas Kingdom, JL, and then they picked up Epidemus, who I like to call Epidermis because it's so close. Also, there is a mystery about Epidemus that I need to figure out. The back of his tights say
What are you looking at?
H1
What are you checking out?
N1 because he flips.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Said H1, and even if I was, why would that matter? It's 2024. You should not judge. It says H1N1, which spells Heine to me, but I don't know what it actually means.
Wasn't that the swine flu?
That's what I said. I thought a bit like epidemic, and so H1N1
I
was the
thought that
virus.
was the swine flu.
I
Wasn't
thought
that?
Is that the whole point of his character?
I thought
Yeah.
that's what it was.
I'm gonna look it up.
Look, I don't speak Spanish. I didn't know what epidemus means. I
I just thought of an
was
epidemic because of the
Yeah.
context clues.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Swine
Don't forget
flu.
that.
H1N1
Tommy-
swine flu. Yeah. So
Yep.
next she'll have COVID-19 on his tights. Yeah.
I
So-
think Heine is better, but
Yeah.
Oh god.
also Tommy did summon Brick Savage.
Okay,
Brick Savage
for the
showed up.
last time, I
What?
can't summon Brick Savage.
Our friends Amanda and Milo, who are at many shows of
Are
Hybrid and
liars.
SCW,
They are liars.
came to the conclusion that Tommy summoned Brick Savage, because Brick Savage is often at shows where Tommy's at.
Yeah.
I do not have this superpower. He gets booked places I'm not.
Yeah, and also just to come back to this real quick, is you said, so the epidemic is a face? The swine flu is a face?
I mean, compared to COVID, it wasn't that bad.
I mean, yeah, true.
I mean,
Yeah. So
Maybe it's a tweener.
yeah.
Maybe he's waiting to turn heel.
possibly.
Hey,
Yeah.
there you go. That's a sign.
But yeah.
All right.
What else do we have?
I don't know.
Casey Blackrose unfortunately lost his belt in a triple threat.
Oh man, I wanted to forget
To
that.
a
That
guy
made me
who
so
then
mad.
did show up at one of the Collision tapings, and AEW Danny O'Ryan.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I think he got beat up pretty quickly on Collision.
Good, because I'm
Had
mad
to
at what
be.
happened. I'm
Right.
mad at what happened.
Also, David Kidd may have legitimately busted Casey Blackrose's face when he was taking a backbreaker and then kind of fell his back onto Casey's face. I don't know, but Casey did go to Uncanny on Sunday with Brandon as the Flocking Brawlers, and they had a tag match. So he seems to be wrestling through it, but I hope his face isn't legitimately busted. So.
Well, good.
Yikes.
Yeah.
The Hanako Key Vibes match was really cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Hanako was pretty tall for a female wrestler, or at least the ones around here. Outside of Jay, I say that with JL on the card now. But
yeah, I think she's like literally 1 inch shorter than me.
Yeah.
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 We have to ask the Beatles for that one.
Living in Fashion lost to a cult tag team.
The 8th Day.
Who brought in I mean, Tommy, do you want to say this? They brought in an enforcer.
Well, because the 8th Day he's one of these two guys, but they brought another member, and I just called it random black guy number 5.
They said they brought in a powerhouse. Did they call him a powerhouse, or what did they call him? Was it a powerhouse?
Powerhouse, I think. Yeah.
And
so
look, if that guy's a powerhouse, apparently I'm a powerhouse too, because apparently you just have to be a little chubby to be a powerhouse. Meanwhile, Hybrid, who was there representing their people, had legitimate K-Jax, who was over there, who was a legitimate powerhouse. Just saying, throwing that out.
Yeah, so I did say if y'all guys want a giant black guy, there's one standing over there. But okay, I guess if you just found another one, cool. I mean, the east side's not that far. I'm assuming that's where you got this one. So, you know.
Yeah, I didn't say that, but
I did. I didn't care.
No, I know you did. Don't insult K-Jax like that, Jason.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn. Wonder if he's watching.
K-Jax or the other guy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
K-Jax, we do not.
K-Jax, you're cool.
Yeah.
Ish, cool-ish.
You're cool, and we make, we make
Tommy
signs
really
that
don't
are,
like people.
kind of meta, but.
K-Jax know I'll go after him. I don't care.
All right.
Tommy.
Yeah, it was a good show overall. They did have a new champion, also Lil Evil. Angel Camacho lost his belt in a 3-way.
Yeah, I had to leave right before that because.
Oh damn!
Damn!
Wow!
Damn!
Jason, you must be drinking the same stuff I am because you got some liquid courage going right now. So yeah.
Yo!
I like that a little bit better.
Yep.
That is good.
All right, well, let's move into Mission Pro Wrestling Midsummer Blast, the last Mission Pro event of 2024. One that we all got to attend, but somebody got to commentate. Yes, if you missed it, and we didn't mention this on the show last week, but if you checked out the live stream that Mike and I did about 30 minutes before VIP got let into Mission Pro, we had shared the news that Tommy was on commentary with none other than his BFF, Boss Baines, for the entire show. And you catch the highlights, go back and watch it on Title Match Network to see how Tommy did. Feedback has been nothing short of amazing. Thunder Rosa was very thankful that you stepped up to do that, by the way. I was very apparent. So, but yeah, so.
Angel, I think we're on the same boat by the end of that show, especially with what happened at the very end.
Oh, yeah, Angel, yeah.
You know, it's hard to
really
pick.
Sad.
Yeah, but... And I told Thunder this afterward, I was like, hey, shows take hiatuses. It happens. Promotion hiatus is one of the hardest things to do. RCW's done it 2-3 times at least now. and they've been around as long as Ring of Honor, and so they're gonna be back. Mission Pro will be back. They will be back stronger. For anyone that was talking like this is the last show, it's not. It's just a nice little break. It's a hiatus. These things happen. A wrestling promotion is very difficult to run, and I wouldn't put that on anybody. If you're gonna sit there and say I can run my own promotion, good luck to you, because it is not easy. And
First of all, you need a ring. That's not
yeah, then a venue, So
people to put that ring together, people to run things,
wrestlers
and you
gotta
gotta pay
hire
the wrestlers.
referees, all that stuff. But
and not make yourself champion if you own the promotion. That's very
that
important.
being said, with some of the changes they had to make, some last minute cancellations, London Dior, by the way, a very good reason to was not able to make her commitment. She was wrestling in AEW across the pond, if I'm not mistaken. So,
well, not across the pond.
Was it a taping?
Yeah.
It was still in Arlington, yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say kayfabe. She taped it across
35, maybe.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. So, for sure, though, I mean, still an amazing event, great event. A couple title defenses we had there. Our good friend, the Dreamcatcher Denise Day, won her first Mission Pro match, which also doubled as her first title defense. So, and then the next day she went and won a tag team championship in Victoria. So, yeah.
So belt collection.
I completely forgot that happened, but
Tina, your thoughts on your Laredo tag team partner Denise Day?
Oh my God, the tag team partner.
So
I'm not gonna wrestle anytime soon, so don't even ask.
But you said soon, so it is on the card.
No, I have a bad back, so, and I'm 40. So, anyways, no, I'm not gonna do that. But I'm very proud of her. It was really good match. It was the opening match in Mission Pro, and my kids have grown to love cheering for her, and they actually are now on the way to school. We all get to pick songs, and this week so far they've always asked for her entrance song when we go to school. So I know my kids don't want to be wrestlers, because I hope they don't want to be wrestlers, because oh my gosh, but it's very motivating as a woman and having a daughter to see how strong and powerful women can be in a ring and outside the ring. So I really appreciate all those women, because I know it's not easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mike, best I guess we'll just keep going. Best moment or event, like something that stood out to you from the show, aside from the main event. We're gonna get to the main event.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm also gonna sing praise on our homie Denise, because we sponsored her for that show. Like you said, she got her first win there at Mission Pro. She defended her women's the wrestling shop women's title, and real happy for her. And kind of cool because she came out of the ring right afterwards, and she embraced a few of us. And then, just cool, Mindrunner makes this My Sacrifice video, or was it My Sacrifice, or what's it called?
I think it was My Sacrifice.
Yeah. With basically highlights from the history of Mission Pro, and that little clip made it of us hugging right after a match and me congratulating her. So that was really cool. And then I don't know. Can we talk later behind the scenes about what happened after the show?
Maybe we'll mention a few things later, but we'll talk.
Okay.
Don't brag, Mike.
Why wouldn't I? That was awesome. The whole show is pretty fun. I mean, the gauntlet match, there were some changes in there. Jason kind of mentioned that the third of the Cholas, if you will, to make their debut at Mission Pro finally did, and Celine Hysteria made her debut as a singles in that match. It was very impressive. Although Morgan Mercy and Nova Phoenix pretty much told us what they were going to do, and they did it.
We kind of teased them that was a possibility last week when we talked about it too. Hey, there's a chance they could cash in for the tag titles, right? So,
but we were kind of hoping they would fight each other at some point. But clearly, they're smarter than all of us, because they were like, "Nope, we are working as a team. One of us is going to win this cup, and then they're going to go on to do that." So that was awesome. Also, I know Tommy doesn't want to hear this, but shout out to Callie and Ridley for the beginning of that tag match. Because they were going toe to toe with the Bees,
They did great.
Ridley standing with Charity and going powerhouse on powerhouse again. I don't know what the female equivalent of slapping meat is, so to speak, but
Oh God.
whatever that is,
I don't
that's what they were
know.
doing. Hey, look, when
Standing on
Big,
business, I guess. I don't know. So
Yeah, I don't
that's
know.
better.
Yeah, it's not no business before.
I
That's
understand because I don't
universal.
know what the equivalent is when Big E and
Not anything like
Sheamus are in there. That's slapping meat. Obviously, we don't want to say that for the women, but whatever the equivalent of two big strong powerhouses beating the crap out of each other.
Ooh,
That's what they were doing. And Callie got the chili stomps in, which is one of my favorite things that she does.
God, I had to
mainly because
call
of the way
that.
she yells when she doesn't.
yeah.
Hey, Tommy, to be fair, when she came out, my son was booing the heck out of her.
Was.
And
Good.
that's when she said, like, you're going to the level of Tommy if you keep this up.
Yeah.
And,
Good.
And
and
speaking
You
you
said
know
that
what my
before the
son,
show,
and
actually.
you know what
Yeah.
my son said? He said, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
And
like, oh my God.
your
This
son was
kid.
brave. He looked Kelly right in the eye and was like, "I'm booing you."
Mike, that was me what you just said. He had to get on the chair to look so he could look her in the eye. Oh, I'm
He
sorry,
had to
never
get-
mind. Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
I
Tommy
saw
was
that wrong.
like,
It
"I
was
don't think
Callie.
that you were saying
That's
that the way
my
you wanted
bad.
to." I know what
I
you
was like,
meant.
my son's not
Yeah.
that short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said to get up on his tippy toes.
He's 7. He's almost as tall as her.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was such a great moment. I mean, honestly, from the time we got there, from the time the VIP, I think we had finished our live stream in the VIP line. I think, God, I want to say our family was like the last. Oh no, Brent! Oh, Jesus Christ, Brent!
Oh, Jesus.
I think our family was one of the last
I
ones to do the
can't.
VIP line, and just how
Yeah.
happy all of them, genuinely happy everyone in the ring was.
Oh my gosh.
That's
To
better
have
than the
everybody
way
there
I
was
said it,
pretty cool.
just
So,
you know.
No, it's not.
I will say I was the
Still bad.
two that stuck out to most, like some of the newcomers that we had never seen that were stuck out to me. Lynette Dollars, who I want to try and reach out to see if we can do an interview because she got her first taste of actual Mexican food after the show, and
Oh yeah.
A+.
She was
Yeah.
in heaven.
And Olivia Rose, not Olivia Rose.
Wait, so y'all are like, I don't know, we'll talk about it. Maybe we'll talk about it later. Then you just casually throw that out there?
Rebel Kell, yeah, Rebel Kell. I didn't say.
Wow.
JC can do that, Mike.
I was gonna
Wow.
sneak it in parts. Trust me, I'll
Wow,
tell you why.
Tommy.
I'll tell you why.
We're busting
But,
out here on our own show. Let's go.
Yeah, Rebel Kell was fantastic. She was one of the last guests we had on the previous live stream, and we asked her about Mia Friday, and she said, "Well, it's Saturday." But the way she handled the ring,
That's amazing.
the way she handled the ring and really kind of took control was really cool. She's very impressive, and this was, I think, also her first time in Texas. She's from Seattle, so that was pretty cool. Just for the last Mission Pro show of the year, still people coming in and wanting to be a part of it.
And she's been in Stardom too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So,
Nice.
let's
Also,
see. What's
real
up?
quick, Queen Uju and Nahir Robles beat
Yeah.
the crap out of each other. Another, whatever you want to call it, standing on business.
yeah,
they were
Yeah.
they were throwing bombs
No,
at
not
each
the
other.
other thing.
Yeah, we were watching from
God.
where we were, like, said me and Boss Baines. That was like one of the things, like, we thoroughly agreed on all night. Like, yo, this is getting intense, man.
Yeah.
They are really just beating the crap out of each other.
Tommy, I needed you to put the headphones down and be like, "Who owes who money?"
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, if it wasn't for the fact that I was so focused on making sure I was calling this right, I so wanted to say that, but I was trying to make sure I kept as much of
That's fair.
my own yelling euphemisms out of this as I could.
I think you could have said that on the commentary, like, "Dang, who owes who money in this match?" Right? So,
Well, okay. So the reason why I couldn't always get that kind of stuff out, because also Baines, I hate to admit this, he's actually hilarious.
okay.
he's actually hilarious.
Wait for the day when you can commentate a match with Kelly and Tita, and you guys can be friends afterward.
Oh, jeez. I want to be there.
I will
Yeah.
provide the big red for you guys.
My son.
Tina will bring the flaming hots.
You know that trick you do where you like put a tack in your shoe to stabilize your blood pressure when you're doing a lie detector test. I would just need like tacks on my shoe just so I could just remember there's worse
Tommy,
pain
why are you
than
trying
life.
to beat lie detector test? What?
Beat the box. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Why are you trying
So
to do
who
that?
would you prefer that you don't like to do commentary with?
Ooh,
Would you rather do a commentary with Lance Hoyt, Calentita,
good question.
Jasmine Allure.
Jasmine Allure,
Angela
or
Armstrong,
Angela
Armstrong, the assassin.
Don Juan?
the Alaskan assassin.
Of those five,
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine Allure hands down. Because I'm convinced she graduated college. Them
Oh,
other
she
ones,
did.
She did. She is a Texas State alum.
them other ones I ain't convinced made out of high school.
Wow, he's
So,
taking strays at these other people.
Okay, which guy then? Lance Hoyt or Don Juan?
Lance Hoyt, he seems more intelligent than Don Juan is.
Okay.
Don
Also,
Juan's funny,
Ted, yes,
though.
that
He's
was a
funny.
Boss Baines complaint. They don't happen very often, so he should definitely take them.
Okay, let me put it this way. Let's say I did commentary with Lance Hoyt. Do you think I wouldn't be choke slammed at some point during the night and Don Juan would just step over my
You
unconscious
literally
body?
are standing at a table. Of course, Lance Hoyt's gonna
You're going through at some point.
slam you or powerbomb you or whatever.
Jason,
First
stay out of this.
Yeah. What did Jason say? What did Jason say?
That makes sense. Tommy cheered for her once.
Stay out of this, Jason.
He does. I do have video proof of that. That is true.
That's true. That's true.
Didn't we have a picture of them hugging?
Wait,
Am I
which one are
wrong?
we talking about?
Jasmine and Lauren.
Well, him and Angel at the time. Now Angel.
Oh, that's so Angel.
Yeah, we have this one.
We have this.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Why is that just ready to go?
I mean, if obviously,
always in there.
always ready. Always.
JC had that ready real quick.
That never leaves the overlay. It's always available.
Bruh, you had that like a quick draw. It was like somebody said 10 paces trying to fire.
That was so quick.
We can also bust the liner out if you need. But
You
Yeah.
better not.
Oh,
You
wow.
don't.
Tommy, also Angel wants to make sure that she's not on your bad side, apparently.
Okay.
That's because her immediate defense was not good for this question. I called her mean, and then she looked at her and said, "Mom, am I mean?" I was like, that doesn't help you. If you had to ask your mother,
Well, there's definitely a lot to talk about. Obviously, Nova Phoenix technically winning the Mission Pro Cup, but I'll let you know how we
tried to point out several times.
Yes, but I'll let you know how we all get credit for that. That'll be a story.
Yep.
And then they use that to cash in, and they're the Mission Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, which I'm sure they're going to be defending during the hiatus.
Yeah.
But the main event, Izzy Moreno versus Thunder Rosa. Obviously, after our live show, we speculated that it would be Thunder Rosa. Another potential name out there was Maya World, but Thunder Rosa, we thought, okay, she's going to put herself in the match, and my God,
She did.
she did. And look,
Yep.
I mean, it was what I mean. It's a young career for Izzy Moreno. This is about a little over a year since she actually debuted, and you could have asked her, "Hey, in a year, you're going to be wrestling Thunder Rosa with the championship on the line." Wow,
And you're the champion.
Yeah.
Not for the title.
you're the champion.
Yeah, exactly.
And even more on top of that, it's not often you get to see Thunder Rosa live in this town. I mean,
Yeah, not anymore.
Oh, yeah.
and
Ever since Collision, it's been
Yeah.
a lot harder.
you know, obviously we were all there when she won the championship versus Britt Baker in the cage in the Freeman Coliseum. In that ring, I believe they used that ring, correct? The ring that Mission Pro was using?
I want to say yes.
Yeah, because she made the point to point that out. But man, she shows why she's on TV. She shows just how impressive, athletic, her charisma.
Gosh, yes.
It's amazing. And the crowd was.
I was gonna say how she can make the crowd cheer her in 1 second and literally the next second boo the absolute hell out of her.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's impressive.
for
That's
sure.
a
She
skill.
did not have to do Carolina like that earlier in the show.
Yo.
No,
Oh gosh, yeah.
I was like,
but she
damn.
does it somewhat nice a little bit. I guess it's not too bad. But
She
anyway.
did compliment her as she physically threw her out of the ring.
Yeah.
That was
Look,
true.
look, guys, get up.
Yeah,
Get up.
exactly.
But I mean, guys, your thoughts on that match? I'm actually trying to get a picture load I can show you guys that I actually took during the match,
Oh, but
which
the
was
Tommy
impressive.
one was real quick.
Which
Which one?
what?
Your Tommy picture was real quick, but I'm gonna look for this picture to load up.
Oh,
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh no, yeah. Well, no, he had that at the quick draw. You know,
Because that one's always there, but this
that
other one I
gun's
gotta show
always
y'all.
loaded.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
from where we were sitting, like, okay, so I will say that me and Baines, we were really starting to feel each other for the first, like as far as like commentating goes, like what our strengths were in the first couple matches. So we got into our rhythm and everything. But the thing is, with the main event, it was so easy to get a rhythm because that match was just so impressive. Yeah.
So I was taking this picture, and I think Thunder saw me and just decided to smile for the camera while she had her foot on Izzy's face.
that looks exactly like what happened.
Yes. So
It's like, oh, take the picture.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Pretty hilarious stuff.
She's
Yeah.
a pro. She always knows where the camera's at.
He's one of the sweetest badasses I've ever met.
For sure. So,
For real, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's not
That's
even.
the best
I'm
way to
laughing, but it's not even a
describe her.
joke. But yeah, she's one of the sweetest badasses I've ever met. So.
Pretty much.
Ted. Hey, Ted, I see you.
What up,
what's
Ted?
up, Ted?
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say that.
Oh my God, yes.
What?
Talk about the pop of the match.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah,
she slapped her.
But I was gonna say we've talked about this throughout this past year. Izzy has stepped in the ring already with Jasmine, Maya World, Kylan King, Tiffany Nieves, hardcore match with JP Harlow, and this was a war.
You would have never
Beyond
thought
any of
that
those
she had been
matches.
only been wrestling for a year.
No,
Oh, yeah, no.
no. She
That's
looked
the
like
crazy
a
part.
multi-year veteran.
No, she has
Oh
been.
God,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this was the war beyond all of those matches, even the hardcore.
It was,
ones.
man. It was. This
Thunder
is a
was
real
not
test.
playing around.
No.
Like Jason said a little bit earlier in the comments, that look on her face when she walked out. Ooh.
You know, they made it a point to say, "Hey, enjoy this. Come see it live. You never know. You know, they made it some up and coming stars gonna be moving on." This past Friday, Izzy and Carolina were on the Billy Madison show, 995 Kiss in the Morning, and Billy and the Coast were already kind of talking about Izzy, like, "Hey, you know, she's 17 now, but I swear when she turns 18, she's going to be on NXT." And that's a very real possibility the way she's going. So I mean, we got less than a year of seeing her up and coming. So get the autographs, get the pictures, come see this star because she is a star in the making for sure. You know, very, very gracious as a champion, cuts great promos, great with interviews. I mean, she's trained it the right way. And you go back and watch that match and she belonged in there, you know, she definitely did. So, but man, what a finish. A great finish too, into the armbar. Thunder tries to roll her up to get a pin and Izzy just controls the leg. I almost feel like, because I was yelling, "Hey, pin, pin!" The ref didn't realize it for a second. I was like, "Oh shoot, yeah, there's a pin there," and then counted it. It feels like so, but great finish. It's nothing that anybody could get mad about. Like, no, you don't hear anybody saying, and if you are saying this, you're full of crap. Thunder Rosa shouldn't be putting Izzy Moreno over. Why not?
You'll get some lame-o.
Yeah,
she literally explained everything though afterwards. So
yeah, she did.
If you watch that and you disagree, then you just don't care about what she's literally doing.
Yeah,
Thunder herself and what Mission Pro is about. So
truth.
I happened to record the finish and just kept recording to hear all of Thunder Rosa's speech. It's a good 10-minute video. I'll probably post it to the Countdown to Geeks YouTube. Next couple
check
days.
with Ted because I think he has the actual front view.
He has a front view of it. Okay,
got it. Yeah, because I have a similar view, but it's like the back of all of them once everyone gets in there.
Ted, do you have it?
Yeah.
Ted,
let's hope you have it. But if you haven't seen it, she reveals a lot of why she started Mission Pro. This was off, partially off the heels of the Me Too movement. She shared a story she's never revealed, that she herself was sexually assaulted in a locker room, the way guys would expose themselves to her and everything like that. And she started it as a safe haven for women to come out and prove that they belong in the ring. And she even made mention to the bra and panties matches of yesteryear, which was all the rage in the Attitude Era, right?
Ted says he's got it, yeah.
Look, Thunder, if this was your goal, mission accomplished.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
You've made something special. And, I have no doubt Mission Pro is going to come back stronger. The crowd there, the reaction online, there is a fan base for what you have and what you're selling. So whether it's whatever it is that's going on, you don't owe anybody an explanation. Just tell us when it's coming back.
Yep.
That's it.
And I'll be there front row again.
Yeah, definitely keep us informed. Keep us in the loop. If you have any news updates you're wanting to share, you or Brian, please jump in and share those with us. Let us know. We'd love to break it on here. Just because it's always enjoyable. I've had people I've mentioned about this, like, one was ready to bring her daughter, but he already had tickets to Frontera that night, which had its own bit of drama that's gone viral in San Antonio if you haven't heard already, but it's been pretty hilarious.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll reveal this even after the show. Yes, we all went to Mama Margie's. Pretty much the entire locker room was there having a good time, and it's just a camaraderie. It is something special. It's pretty awesome. So
Yeah.
and people enjoying some good ass Mexican food. So yeah,
I'm sure
So-
it was an interesting thing to go to for the people there because they were like, "Oh my gosh, who are all these
Yeah.
women with colored
Yeah.
hair and
Yeah,
all these
and-
outfits?"
Some of them
Yeah.
changed. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no! And then once we started getting ready to leave, here come all the Grupo Frontera
Yeah.
fans, and I was like,
No.
"Oh, wait."
It's funny because when we got there was actually some people we knew because there was a late night softball tournament going
yeah,
on,
that too."
and we saw them. They asked where you guys were. It was like, oh, we were at a wrestling show. Like, where was that? The flea market? It's like, no, right down the road was all women's promotion, and then all the women wrestlers showed up, and you just kind of saw them looking at it like, whoa, and it was pretty cool. It was a
That was
pretty
the-
cool
that was the-
experience.
That was the cool thing when they were all entering. I could see all of the other people's faces, and they were just like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
So-
"Whoa, who are they?"
for sure.
Yeah.
So, Mama Margie's Angel for sure. Which, by the way, the Menudo Mama Margie's is Dreamcatcher approved. For sure.
Apparently,
But
Yeah,
also,
I've never actually tried the menudo there, but
As are the
Denise-
margaritas.
Denise
Yeah.
said it was.
Also,
Top-notch.
Ray the Force Man,
Mm-hmm.
props to you. He threw down a couple fajita plates,
Oh,
showed down
yeah.
the noodle.
Yeah.
Homeboy was hungry.
Yeah, he
So
was.
yeah.
Well, they both told me they hadn't eaten since breakfast, so
Yeah,
and
yeah,
probably
yeah.
early breakfast.
Right.
Yeah.
They're better people than me because if I haven't eaten since breakfast, I'm not a nice person.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
hangry?
Yeah, for real. That's a real thing.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I know. I have 2 small children that get hangry all the time.
All right. Well, on to our pick results. And I will mention this per discussion we had at said Mama Margie's
With the
Even
new
though-
tag champs.
with the new tag champs. Even though we all picked Morgan Mercy and Nova Phoenix won, we have their blessing to give us credit that we got that pick correct.
'Cause
So
they were a team.
Okay.
yes. So we all went 6-1, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Which one did I get wrong?
Oh, I did.
The one that we all got wrong
Hold on.
was the tag team championship match.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
We didn't
That's right.
we didn't
That's
specifically pick them to come in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mike picked Red Hot, rooting for Calentita and to win a tag team
So,
championship. And then
if-
Tommy and I
if-
went with the King Bees. So
Morgan Mercy gave you credit or allowed you to let the cup win. I didn't pick the bees and y'all did, and they lost the belts.
yeah, but Red
Yeah,
Hot got
but the
pinned.
Red Hot got pinned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
remember
that's
that.
true.
Yeah, I bet you don't. But you know who would remember that? The guy who was on commentary.
Who's that?
Boss Baines? I'm sure he
Oh, you're
probably
right.
remembers what
Yeah.
happened.
That makes
Message him
sense
right
now.
now. I don't give a
So guys, just so we're clear, who got pinned?
It was Ridley.
Ridley.
So you're basking in and enjoying in the fact that she got pinned.
Yes.
Someone who I don't think has ever really been mean to you. I thought your beef was with Callie.
Ooh.
First of all, yes, she has. Secondly,
We're gonna
her
start
losing
this
means
now.
Callie lost. She's guilty by
Guys, I gotta go
association.
get popcorn.
Therefore, I am enjoying.
It's better than the Love Island reunion right now. So
Apparently.
yeah. So yeah.
You know, like hybrid does so much. We try to empower these young people who are the future
Oh, here we go, here we
of
go.
wrestling.
Mhm.
And you gotta not.
Is that a
you
small
gotta put it
violin?
down.
Oh, okay.
Look,
I thought your skin was ashy and you were rubbing it. So.
I mean
Yeah.
that too, but
Damn.
hey, the future of wrestling, but yes, part of it is dealing with Tommy because you ask anybody else that's wrestled through San Antonio, you got to deal with
yeah,
Tommy.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Dang.
it's a San Antonio wrestling thing. If they can't deal with me, then what are they even trying for?
That's true.
Ninja,
They can't handle
great to
Tommy,
see
then they
you.
can't handle it.
What's
Love
up,
the
Gabe? What's up,
T-shirt.
Ninja?
I love the T-shirt. Yes,
Yeah.
that you were wearing at Mission Pro.
He's had that for a while. We saw the BOW a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure nobody actually called out what it was, but yeah. So
Yeah. I think he made it literally right after the first time she said that.
Mhm.
If I remember correctly.
For those wondering and see if you nerds get this, he had the character be Jenny talking about basically going through Tony Storm's thing, finishing with Mind the Shoe. And if you played Goro Mark of the Wolves, if you play Goro Mark of the Wolves, you know one of B Jenny's supers is she takes off her high heel and beats you the shit out of you with it, and it's pretty hilarious. So
Nice.
yeah,
And I
I
have
can't
no
wait.
idea.
Can't wait for the new Fatal Fury game. Anyway,
He using
oh
a transplant?
What's the new
He
one?
part Mexican?
no,
No,
she's
the
like a pirate
queen,
girl.
fool.
She takes off a I don't know. I'd have to show you a video.
Calm
I'm gonna hit you with the
down.
chancla next time I see you.
Do it. We're not all in the house now.
That's the
Try
next
it.
Olympic event, chancla toss.
Hey,
All right.
no worries.
I still said that should be an event. Sorry.
Yeah.
More than
Let's
breakdancing.
get into our WrestleCast ratings
let's talk
for
about that.
MPW Midsummer Blast. We'll start with eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Mike, what is your rating? 0 to 5. 5 be WrestleMania 17.
I'm
0
going
being
with
December
the 5,
Dismember.
man.
Yeah.
That's a way to go out on a hiatus. Great show. Our friends winning. Some of our friends not winning, even though Tommy won't admit that they're friends. And is he getting that big win, the big match? And then like we said, the speech that Thunder gave afterwards. If you weren't crying at the end of that show, I don't know if you're human, honestly. So.
Or you're just an asshole. Tommy, what's your rating for MPW?
5, man. Yeah, I can't find any good reason to not give it that. I think we covered it already. The Uju Nair Robles match was a unsung hero of the show, but the Mission Pro Cup Gauntlet I think was just, it was intense, but it was also loads of fun because it really was a handicap match in a sense.
Even though it technically wasn't a gauntlet match, but
it was a handicap match because the other 4 competitors needed at least 5 other people to be able to take on Morgan, Mercy, Noah, Phoenix. They were horribly outnumbered, so it wasn't fair at all. So
Also, Jason, while we agree, stop trying to be a Meltzer. Okay, we're keeping it to 5.
Yeah. Tina,
I think you're mad that he said it first and you didn't.
Yeah, I know. Okay, don't say it out loud, Tommy.
Mathematically, that is okay. Sorry.
Exactly. Explain it.
Got 2 math teachers on this side over here. So
I agree with both the boys here. At 5, it was definitely something that I was waiting for, and it lived up to everything. More.
This was easily a 5. If you're thinking we're saying that because we're biased, well, you're full of crap. Because it actually was a 5.
Obviously, you listen to the early part of the show.
Go back and watch Title Match. Still watch it on Title Match Network. And see for yourself. It was an amazing show.
Oh, and also two things can be true. Yes, we can be biased, and it can still be a 5 of a show. So, but also, I forgot to mention this. I forgot to tell you this entirely. Title Match Network is now following me on Instagram.
Okay.
Like I guess I got tagged in Mission Pro stuff, and now
that doesn't shock me. You commentated on a Title Match Network show. Of course, they're going to follow you.
Tommy, you also have weird, crazy amount of wrestlers following you, no?
Yeah, but that's mostly so they can know where I am, so they can probably assault me. I assume that was for jumping me purposes.
And hey, it might be Title Match's reasoning also. We don't know.
Yeah.
Not all of them. You're right.
Title Match might want to jump you too. We don't know.
I mean, it depends on who works there.
Right.
Overall rating for MPW Midsummer Blast, 5 out of 5. Easily the best show we've seen all year.
Yep.
And yes, I will put it as better than Wrestle Kingdom 18.
Look at Tommy. Look at Tommy.
I gotta go back and watch it.
Well, Jeff Cobb probably lost.
Jeff Cobb.
Oh my God.
Hey, Casey Black Rose.
Casey, we see you in there, man.
What's up, bro?
So, all right. Well, let's get into our discussion of the big event happening this weekend in Wembley, in London, baby. AEW All In. A nice little Sunday mid-afternoon show for us over here on this side of the Atlantic. 10 matches on the card, 1 on the pre-show. We're going to run through, make predictions on, I'm going to say 9 of them because one of them is a casino gauntlet, and we have absolutely no idea who's in it yet. Except we have a few people that are confirmed. Anyway, we'll start with the pre-show. Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway versus Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii. Tommy, I think I know who you're picking, but let's go ahead and say it. Who you got?
Was there ever a doubt? Willow and Ishii. Why the hell would I not pick him in this match? That is 2 of the strongest wrestlers on the planet against, I'll admit, one of the other strongest wrestlers on the planet, and Stokely Hathaway.
I was gonna say if Statlander was here, she'd probably scare the heck out of you too.
Yeah. Mike.
Hold on, real quick. Check
Jesus.
this out. I have an 8-match win streak at MPW. I don't know if that's longest. Also, as we talked about at United, held the Mission Pro Cup for like a year or longer, and then when he lost it, Then they decided to make it cash-inable.
Yeah.
Right? Just throwing that out
Maybe
there.
it was on the fine print at the
Dang.
bottom of the cup, and you
We
just
got
didn't
you,
read it.
Casey.
He couldn't
You're
Yeah, I
read
saying
know.
Casey didn't pay attention to the cup?
I mean, there's
Damn,
always the
man.
fine print. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Rookie mistake. He was young at the time.
Also, I'm really glad
I
we're
love you, Casey.
confusing
I'm
my
messing with you.
I'm glad we're confusing
Rookie
my
mistake.
boss. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Let's see here. Mike, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nightingale and Ishii also.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I didn't want Statlander to turn heel, she's actually been doing really great with this.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Stokely, I mean, God's rest his soul in a wrestling match, but in general, just him being him is hilarious.
Yeah.
But you got to go with Nightingale and Ishii.
I'm going with Ishii as well. Tina.
Well, I don't know who they are because I haven't been watching.
Told me
Sorry,
she's like this
guys.
big Japanese guy beat the
I'm-
crap out of people. So yeah.
I'm gonna pick the other team because why
Ooh.
not?
Okay.
And I know who Statliner is.
Okay.
I don't
You know
know
what-
who the
you
other
know-
ones are.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
The team I picked is I've met both members of that team, and I've only met half of the other team.
That's not as shocking as you think it is.
But
Yeah.
but you know who I met on the other team? It wasn't Chris
Bragger.
Statlander.
Yeah,
It
of course.
Yeah.
was, it was Stokely.
Mhm.
It was because and you know how? It was at a random ROH show. A friend of
Which
mine.
you probably got in free too.
I did
And-
not. I paid
Yes,
for this
you
one. I
did.
remember that specifically.
Okay.
Bragger?
The one that he paid for.
Of course, he remembers it because it is that one.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah.
that was the one.
I paid again to shows.
The one
Exactly,
in
the one
21
time.
in one.
Exactly.
All right. Let's see here.
The
Casino
one
Gauntlet
in
match,
one
as
and
mentioned. Not making a pick on it, but here's who's been announced so far. Orange Cassidy, who is going to enter at number 1.
Done.
Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, Hangman Adam Page, and Evil Uno are confirmed. There's going to be a maximum of 21 entries.
Oh,
The
You're
winner
right.
of this gets a future world championship match. We're not picking it, but if we did, I'm going to go with Orange Cassidy because why the hell not? So, yeah. So,
Honestly, if we were picking it, I would have gone with Adam Page.
okay.
But I don't want that to count against me, so I'm not.
That
picking it.
Yeah,
depends on
we're
where
not picking it.
the last
Okay.
match goes.
'Cause we don't have
Can
the
I-
21-sided dice.
can
What's
I
up?
pick somebody?
Sure.
Kyle O'Reilly all day.
There you go. That's
I
true.
mean,
She's a huge
Y'all,
Kyle O'Reilly
he's-
mark. I forgot about
I love him. So when you said that, I was like, oh, Kyle O'Reilly's gonna be in
that.
it.
Yeah.
and
I'll
ever
take
since
him.
he came back, he's been having a blast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
well, yeah. I mean,
All the
In
way,
the
B
AEW.
Ninja, I see your comment. And another wrestler that came through here that I missed pissing me off.
Yeah.
Oh man, I missed that show too. Damn it!
Heavy Metal,
I remember
yeah.
that now. Yeah, I wasn't at that show. I forget why, but yeah, I wasn't at that one.
All right. Chris Jericho versus Hook. This is a last chance match for the FTW Championship, which Jericho currently holds. If Hook loses, he can never challenge for this as long as Jericho is champion. That being said, I'm going with Hook to finally dethrone Jericho with this one. Mike.
Yes, Hook, all the way Hook.
Mhm.
If you want to slightly inch Jericho so he has to be off TV for a while, I'm also okay with that. Nothing serious. Just something so I don't have to.
Something good storyline.
I don't care how good of a character this is. It is annoying AF,
Uh-huh.
and it is horrible TV when he's on.
All right. Tina.
I'm gonna go with Hook too.
Mhm.
As Chris Jericho has gotten a little annoying, but I met him, so
It's true.
I wanted to brag too, Tommy.
Yeah.
And Adi's actually met him.
I already met him
She
too
was
as
a
a baby.
little baby.
That's true.
She's
Tommy.
10, so
Hook.
Alright.
Just why not? And Hook.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The Trios World Championship is taking place in a ladder match. The Patriarchy, the team of Christian Cage, Killswitch, and Nick Wayne, the current champions, are taking on Bang Bang Gang, which is Juice Robinson and the Gun Brothers. Then you got House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. And then they're taking on a team that was just determined, Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio and Wheeler Yuta.
ooh, look, Mike's already knows who he's picking.
Yeah. So, Mike,
Wait, when did that get? Because Claudio had a match with Okada tonight.
apparently this has kind of been something that's going to be revealed at taping, and that's basically who's going to
Wow.
win, supposedly. Yeah. So,
Well,
I think it was a collision taping for this Saturday.
good thing you
Yeah.
told me that.
yeah. So, yeah. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched. Well, nobody's watched Collision this Saturday, but yeah. Pac and Blackpool are
Spoiler
going to be
alert if
winning
you
the
have a
last.
time machine. Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
So, they're going to be. They got the last spot in it. So, Mike, I know you were hard on the Patriarchy for this one, but then as soon as Blackpool Combat Club was announced, your eyes were like, "Whoa."
Yes,
So-
Blackpool Bastard Club with Pac.
Yeah.
Nice. I like
Nice.
that.
I like that.
I like that. That's nice.
Okay. Tina, who you got on this one?
Looking at all the names and everything, I'm actually
Christians
gonna
and
go
the patriarchy, if
with-
you don't know.
I'm actually gonna go on the House of Black.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Tommy.
not
I
a
like,
choice, honestly.
I like 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Actually, I was gonna go with House of Black too. Honestly.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
Look, if Claudio was in House of Black, I would have picked them. Although actually, I kind of want to see Goth Claudio now. Anyways.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I feel like that would just be him, just with like just all black. It's not like he would change that much.
He would need hair so he could. Oh, that's emo. Never mind.
So look, I do love Christian, but
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna choose him.
I don't think you
Yeah.
like the other guys too much. So.
Yeah, no.
I am going to stick with the patriarchy on this one because we all need that important father figure in our life. So I'm going to go with.
Oh my God! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Jeez.
Shut up! Shut
That
up!
was such
Look,
that was
as-
such a dad joke.
No, we talk about Christian Cage right now about it, and let me just say this is some of Christian Cage's best work.
No,
It
that's
really
true,
is.
but still, shut
yeah.
up.
So okay. All right. TBS Championship. Mercedes hooked on phonics work for me. TBS Championship. Mercedes Moné versus Dr. Britt Baker. So with me, guys.
Nope.
D
M
D.
D.
Wow, Mike.
Wow, Mike. All right. Well, who you picking then, Mike?
Hater.
I'm picking Mercedes because I'm still Team Thunder.
All right.
We never forget.
Yeah,
That's fair. I get that actually.
I do get that, and yeah, I'm going with Mercedes on this one as well.
That's hilarious.
Tina.
I think they want to push Mercedes more and more, so I would probably say Mercedes as well.
All right, Tommy.
Yeah, I'm going Mercedes all day. I don't think they would give her Camille as a bodyguard and then have her lose.
Yeah.
They're trying to push the women's division more and more, so
Yeah.
you need to have Mercedes be champion to, have more people watch.
Sure. From TBS, we'll move to TNT. Jack Perry defending against Darby Allin in a coffin match.
Ooh,
And let's just say it.
Yay.
You know where I'm going with this. You put a
Yes, you
coffin
are.
match and you get Darby Allin involved. Dude survived a freaking plane crash at this point. I'm going with Darby Allin on this one. So, yeah.
I feel like Darby
Same.
Allin during a plane crash would literally coffin drop out of the plane as it was like when it
Probably.
was closer to, like just before it hits the ground, he would just like coffin drop out of it and just.
I just really want him to put Jack Perry in the coffin, close it, and Jack Perry's hair is still somehow sticking out. So I'm going to go with Darby Allin on this one easily. I'm very excited for this one. Looking forward to it. Very much could be a show stealer. Tommy.
Yeah, Darby Allin did because he was willing to set Jack Perry on fire. Yeah, I don't doubt that he'll go to whatever it takes to do this.
All
right.
Speed Ninja, don't give us hope. Why would
Yeah.
you throw that out there?
That's a Hawkeye moment. Don't do that. Don't give me
Yeah.
hope.
I said at the beginning of the show, title for title, but by then Mercedes would have the AEW Women's title. We'll see.
That's also good.
Mike, who you got?
I know I'm going to upset you guys, but I don't see them taking the belt off him this quickly. I'm going to go with Jack Perry.
I get that.
They're trying to push him with the scapegoat coming off all that stuff. And would it honestly hurt Darby to lose? No, because he'll just come back the next week.
He'll
and
get
do
hurt if he
crazy-
wins at this point. This shit. He might as well.
Pretty much.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't mean hurt physically.
Yeah.
I meant like his character, but you're also right.
Tina.
Darby Allin. I'm not a big fan of Jack Perry. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
And also, I love
She was a
Darby-
fan of his
Darby
dad,
Allin.
though.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, actually, and kind of. I didn't really
Yeah.
watch that show, but also because I will always love the fact that he got JC over here got a cameo for his birthday one year from Darby Allin, and it was
For my 40th.
it
Yeah.
was the coolest thing ever. And to this day I'm like, all right, I love this guy even more.
Mhm.
But
Thank
know
you for that, Mike. For
Yeah,
suggesting
and
that.
Tina,
Yeah.
just so
Yeah.
you know, for whenever Tommy's birthday comes around, Callie's on Cameo. So.
Yes.
don't
Is
gas.
Lance
Oh
on
wait, she
Cameo?
sent him a message for his last
She
birthday.
sent a few
'cause
before, yeah.
Thank you, Michael May.
Wait,
Thank
is
you.
Lance on Cameo?
I don't know, but he should be by
Give
next year,
me
hopefully.
Jesus.
I don't know, but MJF is on there, but he's $600, so sheesh.
Lance shows up at your house. Oh, I thought you meant a physical cameo.
Yeah.
If
Go
Lance,
look it up
okay,
now.
there's a scene that look, I'm not even kidding. There's a scene in Ed, Edd n Eddy where the burly girls who always mess with them, they show up at one of the guys' house. He slowly closes the door and locks it, and like turns around and then screams and runs away. That would be me if I ever opened my door and Lance Holt was in.
He's not on Cameo, so we're okay.
We got time though.
Not yet.
Real quick, because Mike, I know what you said about like a loss wouldn't hurt Darby. At this point, I don't think a loss would hurt Jack really that much either. I think the
I guess it depends on how they did it.
Yeah,
because I just feel like they are trying to push him up into a main event level.
I agree, but
you're right. It depends on how it's done. Because there was trying to set him on fire and all those different things. I see what you're saying.
What?
It's an inside joke. The sum up is the sum
is
up is
that how you ask for days off?
That's how he asked for PTO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my birthday. Oh wait, it's my birthday again. Oh hey,
No, it's
my
not.
birthday.
Oh please, please. I'm like the only black guy who works at that whole school. I can just use that whenever I want to.
That's that Bruno Mars song. It's my birthday. No, it's not. That's the conversation she has.
I still look good though.
Could be here all week. Anyway, AEW American Championship. MJF
Such a stupid name.
defending against Will Ospreay. Wow.
Kicker says,
where I'm going.
Mm-hmm. MJF against Will Ospreay. Tina.
Duh.
Yeah, I know.
MJF.
Yeah.
What kind of question is that? Y'all know I love heels, and he's one of my favorites. So yes.
And bad guys too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Tommy. I mean, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know why you said that, but okay.
Damn, I brought a straight.
I think you meant like shoes.
It's a funny joke.
Yeah, that's all it was. I'm with Tina on this one. When MJF came back after his injury, it was all face and everything with cheering. Man, he quickly turned this into a whole on heel thing, full on, like right back at it. And this is amazing. We can turn a crowd like this. And I know the crowd is heavily going to be behind Ospreay, which would make it so much sweeter for MJF to win this. So I'm going to go with MJF winning this championship. So, Mike?
Look, I know this is not AEW's responsibility to make up what WWE has done to the country of England. But if you screw their person again for like a third time in a few years, I don't know if England's going to be able to handle themselves. So I have to go Ospreay for the sake of the people of England, the United Kingdom, that whole area of countries.
This is why next year's event is in Arlington.
From America, the United States of America.
Yes. That doesn't mean I can't have empathy or care for other people,
Yeah.
I mean, we're all human beings.
But then again, this is why AEW is doing All In next year here in Texas.
You cheered for England during the Olympics, got it. Or the Great Britain, I should say.
It's not like they were going to win as many medals as the U.S., so a few times, yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Jason's
Tommy.
And this one always has to back you up, jeez.
I don't know what's going on here. Tommy, who you got?
Since we were 14, boom.
Wow.
Whatever, he married me.
It's Texas. I mean, what do you expect?
Not this argument again.
Jason's doing Ospreay.
I'm going Ospreay.
All my fault.
Okay.
I feel like this whole buildup was just so Ospreay could get that big win. I mean, I think he beat Jericho last year too, but this is like should be his first time at Wembley as an official part of the roster. So I'm going with Ospreay to win this one.
BNG, we're gonna get to that in a couple. Yeah, for sure. Still got Mariah for that one. That's very true. So, all right. Let's see here. Tag team championship match: Young Bucks defending against FTR and the Acclaimed. Triple threat. This is.
Can you remind me who's in the Acclaimed?
Anthony Bowens, Matt, Scissor Me Daddy Ass. Those guys. Yeah.
Okay, no, not that
those
guy.
guys. Yeah. But. Okay, this is like three-way as in one fall, right? It's not elimination style, guys. Just correct me if I'm wrong.
As far as I know, yes, one fall.
Okay, one fall. So, first one to catch a pin on this one is the Tag Team Championship. Mike, where are you going with this one?
I'm going to go with the Acclaimed here because the Bucks and FTR have been fighting over who's the best tag team for a couple years. Last year, FTR beat the Bucks at Wembley when everyone thought the Bucks were going to get their win back. It'd be kind of boring for the Bucks to just keep the titles. And so I feel like with your tag division, cementing the Acclaim with this kind of a big win would be pretty big for them. So I'm going to go with the Acclaimed.
All right, Tina.
Damn it, Mike. You made me change my mind.
I
So
didn't even mean to.
I'm not a big fan of the Young Bucks. I've never been one big fan. They just like super
Understandable.
kick all day and do nothing else in my thought process. Sorry, not sorry. I love FTR. I used to not like them, which is the funny part. Remember when they first
She hated the revival.
WWE?
She likes FTR.
Yes, I
Yes.
hated the revival.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I just was like, eh. And now I really like them. So I was gonna go with FTR, but it makes a lot of sense to put it on the Acclaim because they are getting a lot of buzz, and they're getting more and more fan base. So I'm gonna say the Acclaimed actually.
All right, Tommy.
Actually, I was gonna go the Acclaim too, because I feel like everyone was kind of overlooking them, and after they had that whole thing with AEW versus the Elite, I felt like they were supposed. I thought it was gonna be the Acclaimed and the Young Bucks, like just the four of them against each other. Anyway, and then FTR comes in, so yeah, I got the Acclaimed.
Yeah, I've got the Acclaimed. It's going to be one of those where it's Young Bucks and FTR fighting it out. Somebody hits a finisher. Whoever hits it gets thrown out and then steal a pin. That would be such an Acclaimed style way to do it. Like you said, we thought it was going to be Young Bucks and Acclaimed, and FTR's mind there. So it's taken away from the Acclaimed as far as like this is their shot, and they want that shot big time. So I'm going with the Acclaimed on this one. Now, Jason, do the Acclaimed because they are underdogs. Yep, right there.
Boom.
AEW Women's Championship, Timeless Tony Storm versus the Glamour Mariah May. Talk about one that could very easily be split here. I'm interested to see. B Ninja says, England still got Mariah, and yes, that is what I'm thinking too. I think we finally see the dethroning of Timeless Tony Storm, and Mariah May with the build-up. This has been a long time coming. Is going to win the championship. So, Mike.
No, I'm going to agree with you there. And I know his comment was kind of because I was talking like you can't do that with Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean this to be mean to Mariah May, but I feel like Ospreay is bigger to them than she is. I do think she's going to win because I agree. Like Tony Storm's character has been great, but it's kind of a good time to build the next part with Mariah May. That her turn was so perfect.
It was.
That was off because it came out of nowhere. So yeah, I think it's definitely her time to go on with this.
Tommy.
I've been split since this was about to happen, but I'm going to go ahead and say, well, Jason has a good point there, but I'm going to say Mariah because I do feel like Tony has now surpassed the need for the championship, if that makes any sense. I feel like she's got that gimmick kind of like in a way. This is gonna sound like sacrilege to some wrestling fans, but I want to say it anyway. Kind of like how like Stone Cold with his gimmick, it just was like that. You don't need the championship anymore. You're just that big. Undertaker with his gimmick, The Rock with his gimmick. I feel that's where Toni Storm is now. She's like she can. Her with the championship is great, and like by all means, I think she'll get it back someday. But it's like she doesn't need it to be over to have, like when her music hits. The crowd loses their ever-loving minds, and every single promo she does is worth its weight in gold. Like when she came back after the attack, all she said was, "Are you willing to die? Because I am." And I was just like, give this woman another T-shirt. That's all I could think at that moment. So yeah, and so I feel like it's time for Mariah to kind of take the reins, and I feel like they can still feud over the belt past this. But it's time to go ahead and because Toni Storm she said what she went to do. She's the freaking main event.
Okay, I just saw this comment from B Ninja, and I do have to say this is one of the coolest things that AEW has done on their YouTube is these timeline of some of the feuds where they basically just go back and like kind of show you all the main stuff that's happened.
Nice.
In a kind of a long form video, like not just a 5-minute or 2-minute little thing.
It's so cool that some other wrestling companies started doing it recently too.
All right. Tina, who are you picking for the women's championship here?
So again, I don't really watch AEW because it's a little more boring to me. Sorry. Yeah, look at Tommy's face. Anyways, but I honestly only been paying attention to Mercedes and Britt Baker because that's what's, in my opinion, just pops up more often. So I didn't understand Tony Storm's gimmick for a while, and I was like, oh, it's pretty cool, different. And I know she's been champion for quite a bit, right?
God, it's almost a year, if not a full year at this
Yeah.
point, guys. I can't recall.
It hasn't been quite a full year, but it's
Yeah.
been real close. Hold on.
And I know they're pushing this Mariah girl. So
278 days.
In my head, I just like y'all, I feel like it is time that they do that. And yeah, Tony can be without it and she'll be fine. And it's time for someone else to kind of bring it up in a different way, see how it goes. And so that's why I'm picking Mariah.
All right.
I like it.
I was going Mariah May, and I will say this shout out. I did see a highlight of this tonight on Dynamite. Tony Storm did wrestle Soraya, and they had a segment where it was like an old school UK match, and it was just like the way the setup was going, how they were just working in the ring. And it's something the UK crowd would appreciate. Just something like a little quick segment in there. Yeah. So.
Well, I'm sure for them that was probably just just too much fun to get to be able to do online.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, and finally, AEW Championship title versus career. Swerve Strickland's championship versus Bryan Danielson's illustrious wrestling career. Tommy, we're going to start with you.
Damn it!
Who is walking away the winner for this one?
You just start with me.
Yeah.
Tommy, do you need a hot tag?
Yeah. Do you need one of us to go?
No, I got it. Okay. I'll explain my choice this way. There are a number of ways this could be done, a number of ways this could go, but I feel like this all comes down to whatever Bryan wants to do. And given how things have been going, I feel like even he kind of wants to be done. So I'm going to go with Swerve.
Okay.
So I kind of hope I'm wrong in a way because I think A, a Swerve chasing the gold again would be fun, and B, a Bryan Danielson who kind of somewhat retires and like leaves the title vacant would be like a good way to kind of almost reset things in a way. But I feel like Swerve's still the best guy to have the championship. I really do. He's been killing it as champion since he won it. So I'm gonna say Swerve.
All right, Mike.
I've seen this idea brought up on different places online and stuff. And so, first of all, there's no way, similar to Claudio's, similar to Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 26, that I'm ever going to go against them with their career on the line. But Tony Khan pulls the reverse screw job and forces the belt onto Daniel Bryan instead of
Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson instead of having him lose the match. And Bryan Danielson wins the title and extends his career for a little bit longer.
All right, Tina.
I'm like Mike. I will never not pick Bryan Danielson. He's one of my favorites of all time. And as much as I do like Swerve now, because I didn't like him as much when he first started. Yeah, I know, Tommy.
Why?
I got opinions too. So anyway,
I'm confused.
I don't know. It was just kind of Anyways, I'm telling you, I have very different tastes than you, obviously, sometimes. Anyways.
Extremely.
Yeah, same as you. Anyways.
But I'm also biased because I met him in Austin a bunch of times, so.
Oh, record. Anyways. Again, I would, as much as I don't know if he's going to win this, and that's where he's going to win, I can't pick against him, so I'm going to pick Bryan Danielson all day.
Tommy, you said it's going to be up to what Bryan Danielson wants to do, and if it's his time. I think Bryan Danielson has a lot more left in him. I think there's a lot more fans want to see from him. How many of us want to see him wrestle at a Wrestle Kingdom?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I want that. I just.
And it's nothing against the people in Wembley. Yes, it's great, but I don't think Bryan wants to retire there. I think if Bryan's going to retire anywhere, it'll be in his hometown. It'll be in his home state. It'll be in Seattle. Yeah. Maybe some big AEW event where he has. he has deserved the right to have it say, hey, I'm retiring at this day. This is where it's going to be, and build up to that for months at a time. That's how I feel about his career.
I think Brian Danielson is going to hit us with the swerve. Get it?
Yeah. Swerve. See what you did there. So I'm going with Bryan Danielson to win because if nothing else, there's something else we also want to see, and that's Bryan Danielson as AEW World Champion.
Mm-hmm.
I think we really would love to see that. Put that gold in the Blackpool Combat Club, right, Mike?
Yes.
Yes, for sure. So I want to look for all everyone says about how great Bryan Danielson is. He is so great as a champion, heel or face. He was when he was Daniel Bryan. He was in Ring of Honor, where Homicide had to go after him for the title. This is something I think we all need to see.
Nobody's expecting it, honestly. Yeah. No one's expecting it.
You put title for a career and you think, hey, this is it.
Also, Jason, no one cares what kids want. Come on.
Yeah.
What do they matter?
Yes, obviously kids are involved, but I think there's more Bryan wants to do in wrestling before he hangs up his in-ring career. And I don't think he's quite ready yet to hang it up.
I think Brody wants it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, she definitely does. No.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I've had the same thought for a year. What if Danielson has been like essentially lying for the past year and making up that his daughter wants him to retire? I have literally actually been thinking that since last year when he said it.
Hey, if he walks out in what color coat was Mark Henry wearing that one time for a retirement speech? If Bryan Danielson's wearing tights that color, my God. So yeah.
That would be awesome. I would be so okay with that.
I'm telling you, the swerve.
Yeah, swerve. Yeah. I got a lot more in me left. All right. AEW All In is Sunday, August 25th at 12 p.m. noon Central Time for us, guys. Woo.
That's crazy.
Buy-in starts at 11. Will be taking place at Wembley Stadium in London, England. London, baby. Going to be available on Bleacher Report, payperview.com for $50. You can also check out your local Dave & Buster's. They're going to be probably charging a cover, but you can go watch it there if you want to in the middle of the day.
Really?
So, yes.
Yeah. Dave & Buster's.
Right. I've been a long time. See if the kids will sit through a 4-hour show. Yeah.
I doubt that.
So, AEW All In taking place in the middle of the day for us on Sunday. Definitely enjoy it. I'm sure us at home we're gonna be flipping back between this and the Little League World Series because that team from Bernie is freaking killing it right now.
Yeah,
and I have a pretty good feeling
they'll
be
in
in the
Bernie
championship.
Little League.
Yes, undefeated all summer so far.
Right up the road from San Antonio.
Yep.
There you go.
There we go. Let's see here. Oh, interesting. Jason says Hangman costing Swerve the championship. That would be another Swerve.
I could 100% see that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because again, this is the year of the justifiable heel turns, and this is so weird.
See, I know because Jason also mentioned it earlier. You can get Swerve Hangman for the title and all that. The thing is that feud has gotten so personal even before this. It doesn't need a title, honestly. So I could see Hangman losing out on a gauntlet. I could see him then costing Swerve, and I can still see them at All Out, just not with the title. And then Swerve's like, "I'm going to kill you now because you cost me the title."
Yeah.
Well, you tried to kill him like twice. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. With that, we'll move into our 1-minute warning segment here. And this is a segment of the show, by the way, that was Mike's idea. So you guys know. Yeah. If you guys don't know that.
Y'all didn't let me talk before when we first started.
My bad. So.
No, you talk too much.
Look, we're on a show with Tommy, and I talk too much. Speak about bias.
Yeah.
Wow, I caught that bullet, and I didn't even know I was standing.
Mike, do you have something this week?
Yes.
Dang, Mike.
Yeah. All right. Whenever you're ready, sir, go for it.
Actually, I want to say thank you to you guys for this 6 years and the 280 shows that I've been a part of up until this one. I don't know, but it's been a blast. We've talked about this before at different time periods of the show. It's been a great stress release to be a part of this. And I've talked about this a lot, coming back into the local wrestling scene the last couple of years, which again started by Mission Pro, which kind of also connects to that last hiatus show here. This has been great. Thank you, and also to all the people I've met that are in the chat now that I've gotten to know over these last 2 years. the first time I kind of went through the wrestling, you know, when I was going to shows, Tommy, JC, and all of y'all were just kind of making friends with people. And for some reason, like I was introverted, and it felt weird to me to do that. For the most part, there were a few people we were kind of cool with. But in this last go around, I just met so many more people, made so many friends. Um, you know, like Tommy knows, hanging out with Denise and Black Swan on chats. Casey, everybody at Hybrid. We even got them involved at our back to school bash with them in RCW. Yeah, so just thanks. Like this has been awesome. You know, I hope we got 6 more years, 300 more shows to go at least, because I just want to keep doing this. Thanks, Legacy. We see you jumping in there.
Thank you. All right, Tommy, you got something this week?
Sure.
All right, are you ready, sir? Go for it.
Yeah, it's pretty much echoing everything Mike said. When you first asked me, I really didn't know if you'd have me still on the show. I legitimately thought when Mike joined, you were like, all right, Mike. So I was like, all right, cool. So when you called me and said, hey, are you still coming? I was like, yeah, I thought Mike was gonna be there. He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. Shit, yeah, I'll be there. So yeah, no. So being able to do this has been really awesome. The interviews we've been able to do, having Tez on for the time that we had him was super awesome. It was always good getting to hang out with him more often because, you know, we had been friends for so long, and, you know, he's one of the friends that I see every now and again, but then seeing him on a not regular basis, but more often because of the show and us going to watch the pay-per-views together was always cool. So yeah, it's been cool. It's been awesome. Hope we keep it going, and, you know, more interviews and more shows to come. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tina, you got something?
Yeah.
Go for it.
So, kind of like Mike, I did start on the show with you guys, but I kind of teetered off the last few years, just because life is different now with the children getting older, and it's harder for me to stay up that late with work and everything. But I try and make it as much as I can. Um, I am so thankful for this show. At first, I was like, "Oh my God, we're gonna do this every week."
Mm-hmm.
Like, do we have enough stuff to talk about? Like that kind of thing. But at the end of it, I realized that was the same year that JC got diagnosed with his Crohn's disease. And that was a really hard time for us to start off with because we didn't know what it was. We had to deal with it. We had to figure out what he could eat, what he couldn't eat. And I, to say the least, was a little worried about him all the time.
Yeah.
And this was the way he coped. He used this every week as therapy. And little by little, I saw how much it meant to him and you guys to just talk about what he loves. He loves wrestling, you know, and we all do.
Yeah.
And it's something I love about him the most. You know, we met through wrestling, local wrestling. Um, and it's something that every week I might complain, like, oh, we have another show today. But I know at the end of it, it's JC loves it. And he loves doing this for everyone. And it's his way of, you know, it's his therapy every week. With everything going on in this world, we don't have to worry about that. We just talk about wrestling. And I truly, truly appreciate everyone who's watched, who's been on the show. So, like, shout out to Jericho. He was one of the first ones that were also on the show.
Yeah.
Tez, may he rest in peace. We always loved having him on the show. There was a few other people that had joined us throughout the years, and I can't remember everybody right now. But thank you so much for that because JC looks forward to it every week. And because he's happy, I'm happy because he doesn't have to, at the beginning of trying to figure out what to do with, you know, having Crohn's disease, he didn't have to worry about that when he was talking about wrestling. And it's been a real blessing in disguise for him and for myself. And I appreciate everything. Like I said, thank you. Hope everybody continues to keep watching. And we have many more shows. And I will try my best to be on more often.
Yeah.
If there's another Evolution type show, she can hit me on the head with a briefcase and take over again. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The episode I actually hosted. Yeah.
Yeah, she hosted once, and there's bloopers out there too from that. So that was fun.
For those of you who don't know, filming that was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know if I was going to make it through laughing at that show.
I want to say 6 years, 300 episodes, and Tina said it goes back further than that. I was diagnosed in February 2018. My first episode with the Countdown City Geekcast was our Infinity War review for Avengers Infinity War live on Free Comic Book Day at Dragon's Lair. Yeah. That was the first Geekcast. And in the vein, Steady asked me, I'm trying to build a YouTube channel. I was like, well, I got friends that talk wrestling. We talk wrestling. And all I ever wanted from this was friends sitting around talking about wrestling. We just put a camera in front of us and just go. And that's really it is. Whether we had a camera in front of us or not, we were going to talk wrestling. That's what we do. And yeah, this in a way was a means to cope. It got me more involved in the world of podcasting, video editing, live streaming. And now I talk about sports with my Sports Minorities guys every now and then. Tina and I will get together with Ryan Angela talking reality TV. And there's a lot coming up. We just haven't had the time recently. We really need to get back on that because Love Island was insane. But this was like a start of it. This has been a bit of therapy, and it's been a blast. Being able to share my love of wrestling with everybody, and just going to the shows, seeing people of all ages enjoy Mission Pro, RCW, hybrid experience, whatever you attend. Wrestling brings people together, regardless with all that's going on. And I'm glad it's all survived through the pandemic. I'm glad this show survived through the pandemic, and I'm glad it evolved through the pandemic because I got tired of staying up late in video editing. It was a pain in the ass. But thank you. I'm very thankful to everybody that's been on the show. You guys mentioned Jericho. May Tez rest in peace. Manny from the Goods. I think B Ninja was on the show once. Terry, Hollywood Terry. Yeah. Hollywood Terry was on here before.
Oh, that's right.
The many, if I'm missing anyone, I'm sorry. The many interviews we've had from Marvel to Dylan Dunbar, Brandon Oliver, Don Juan, just to name a few. I mean, there's a lot. Angel Blue, now Angela Armstrong. We need to kind of follow up on that. And countless others that we've had on the live stream as well. I mean, there's so many. I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful to Mike and Tommy. In the times that I'm not available, you guys have handled recently too, as my time has been taken out as coaching a softball team, helping with my son's baseball teams. You guys have taken the reins as well as handling a lot of interviews, a lot of the streaming. Ted, your involvement has been so helpful with that. And to my wife, Tina, for your support. It's been amazing. And I thank you so much. I love you. How about you guys?
I forgot Ted. Sorry, Ted. But thank you so much for allowing us to do this for your,
for running the camera and the editing for the first couple of episodes before we really got off. So I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone forgets Ted. No, I'm kidding.
Couldn't do anything. No. We couldn't do anything without Ted. Oh, sorry, Ted.
Somebody ring.
Hey there, Ted.
What's up, Ted?
Hello, everyone.
Hey, let me get you a camera view.
Commander Geekcast.
I don't know why the camera's like this.
I don't know either. Hey, well, okay, put your face a little bigger.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just here to wish everybody a happy 6-year anniversary and a happy 300 episodes. And just for the record, the timeline of events that JC just ran off was completely incorrect. I did not go to JC and say, I need to boost our YouTube.
On some level, you did.
JC came to me every day for like a month saying, I would love to start a wrestling podcast. and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I was super hesitant from the get-go because I was still young doing this stuff and I wanted to like do things a certain way, but like growth is all about trusting other people and allowing them to flourish. And so JC was the first guy outside of the originals who started this journey, this adventure. And so I actually want to thank JC because of JC, none of this other stuff
Woo!
happens. Not just WrestleCast, bringing on great other individuals, increasing the entire group, branching out into other avenues. I mean, JC is a reason why I decided to take more risks with everything. So thank you, JC. Thank you, all you guys. And
So,
here's to 300 more
I will.
episodes, huh? Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will say.
what,
I will
go
say
ahead.
one thing too is our friend Ryan. I think it was Ryan who said I need to do this or that or whatever, and to you Ted, and you Ted said you need to get yourself a JC. That's what you need to do. And I'll never forget that. It's because you need to
It's
get
awesome.
yourself a JC.
I should also
And I'm
shout out
like,
Ryan and Angela because we did do a joint WrestleCast,
oh, that's right.
Alamo City Movie Talk movie review of Fighting with My Family.
Nice.
Is it wrestling?
That's out there as well on our playlist, I think, as well, because they had never been involved with wrestling. All they saw was the movie, so we were able to do a movie review and then talk about what was real and what was fiction from that. So it's pretty cool.
So,
Yeah.
Ted, are you basically saying that JC was responsible for you having that picture with Sasakaya that would live in infamy, and for getting to interview Sydney Sweeney recently at South by Southwest or whatever it was?
San Diego. I thought it was San Diego.
No,
Oh,
that was before that.
Oh, okay.
They're all getting mixed up. This
Woo!
Hilarious.
Yes, without
Okay.
JC, none of that probably happens. So yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Sorry. I'm sorry I bugged you for so long, but I'm glad it happened. Yeah, I'm glad you finally gave in.
Sorry,
So,
bugged you
Sister-
with friendship.
You wore me down, JC. You wore me down.
So
And I think I even added to that because then he would ask you, and then I'm like, yeah, could you just do it? Because he just keeps, he's just gonna keep asking.
as
And we
fate
have
would
people already that will do it. So come on.
as fate would have it, like funny story. The reason I met Ted is I had applied for a job. We were both at Wells Fargo. I had applied for a position.
I gotta
and
go.
Ted,
Thanks, guys.
Ted got the job over me. Believe it or not. He got
Oh.
hired for me.
Whoa.
Wow.
I gotta go,
Hold on.
guys.
Hold on. Here's a funny story about that. So a year later, a
Caught in the
position on that team came up again. I applied for it and I got it that time, and that's when I met Ted. So, yes,
Like,
Ted,
you're
if you
the
hadn't,
guy.
yeah. And I'd gotten the job actually shortly after my son was born. So it was in the middle of my 4-week paternity leave, if you will, fully paid. Thank you to our employer for that. But yeah, got the job then. May 1st, I think it was my first day. May 1st, 2017, my first day on the job. Yeah, that's when I met Ted, and we were already talking geek stuff. I think you told Lisa, great hire, Lisa. This is a good guy, because we were already talking so much stuff, and that it just
Took
kind of
3
blossomed
months,
for the
Ted.
yeah.
3 months to
And
work it out.
yeah, right. Well, about a year really.
You guys are breaking up. What?
I'm kidding.
Had it not been
It's
for all
about a
that,
year,
this
yeah.
it's fate. Sometimes things happen for a reason.
Absolutely.
believe
I've
that.
I've learned that so much, especially as a youth softball coach. Lord,
Yes.
but it's the way the universe works at times. It's pretty amazing, and I'm thankful to all you guys for the position we're in to be a part of something special. So,
Indeed.
thank you
I agree.
for everything.
Also, Ted, check your messenger, buddy.
Oh boy, so
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What's
Well-
going on?
Oh no, it's from a while. That's from earlier today.
oh.
Oh, dang.
Well, while Ted's checking his message, let's just remind you what is going on this weekend, Sunday, August 25th, noon Central Time, pre-show at 11 on Bleacher Report, payperview.com, $50. It's AEW All In. You can also go to Dave & Buster's to watch it. Taking place in London, England. Next week, we got a loaded show for sure. We're going to be talking, where the hell is it? I have it here somewhere. We're going to recap AEW. We're going to preview TNA Emergence. We're going to preview WWE Bash in Berlin and NXT No Mercy. A full weekend,
Good God.
full Labor Day weekend. Yes, I know. So,
Okay.
a lot to discuss in episode 301. So,
Oh.
301.
301.
Burnsy
Excuse
and
me.
Jason, thanks guys.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
They're not a number.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Sorry, Shirley, show what I think. Burnsy, yeah, for sure. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for celebrating our 300th episode, our 6 years for always being here talking wrestling, because that's really at the core of it what this show is all about, friends sitting around talking wrestling. So
Wrestling made me cry 3 times this week already.
yeah. Over here we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
Way over there we got Ted.
Yo.
We got my beautiful wife Tina.
Adios. Stay safe, guys.
We got Big Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC. And as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are
fake.
fake.
Reach for the sky.
Boom.
I'll let you guys save your vocal cords this time.
Adios,
See y'all later.
Can I sing?
Actually, JC, I'm going to take it from here.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
No.